Hi, this is the second video in the story of living with and battling cancer. So the first episode was about the severe case of pneumonia that I got March 2023, where, as I said in that video, I thought it was a cold which evolved into a flu, which unfortunately, little did I know, evolved into pneumonia, which caused me great pain, collapsed right lung, coughing up thick, dark red blood, etc. So luckily got to hospital in time. Was told that I had a day or two left, but anyway, so this video is going to be about what happened approximately a couple months after, where I got pneumonia, I got pancreatitis, or pancreatitis, however you want to pronounce it. So what I can tell you about pancreatitis is that out of all the illnesses I've had since 2023 March, and I've had a lot, this would have to be the most painful out of the lot. So to say the term painful or agony or torture is literally an understatement. This pain is 10 out of 10, and what makes it worse is it's relentless. There is no pause button or off button. It just doesn't stop until you get treated. So how it started for me was a typical weekday. Finished work, got changed, and we went to our favourite bar in Publishon, McCarty, and as usual, ordered some beers, sat there, had a few laughs, a few drinks. It's a heavy smoker as well, and the night progressed, and then maybe a few hours into the night, I could feel something not right in my stomach. To start with, it was the lower part of my stomach near the belly button region. I just thought, okay, maybe lunch is catching up with me, KFC. So I loved, some people call it junk food. I used to call it good food made quickly or fast. I was a huge KFC eater, loved it, but would sometimes try something different like McDonald's or Burger King. As they say, variety is the spice of life. So the main thing here is I used to eat a lot of non-nutritional types of food because it was easy, but more so I liked it. So I'm sitting there and thinking, yeah, something's not right here. It's probably about 7 p.m, 8 p.m, something like that, and just ignored it. So anyway, sitting there and thought I'd get another beer. We're about 8 o'clock, approaching 9, and I couldn't finish that beer because it got to the stage where the pain had progressed from a 2 out of 10, 4 out of 10 to we're fast approaching 7 out of 10 here. So I said to my now wife, we'll have to go, get a taxi, I'm not feeling well. And at that stage, the pain had gone beyond just that belly button region. It sort of progressed to the lower sternum area here. And if you drew a circle from here to your belly button, that's the region that this pain was focused on. So we go back to the apartment, and it just didn't settle down, this pain. I took some just basic painkillers, whatever we had. Nothing was working. So it got to a stage where it was just getting too painful, too intense. I knew something was not right, and this was no good. As I said to her, this is not going to go away. So we go to the emergency. I couldn't sit properly in the seat because I was just in way too much pain. I was in a fetal position towards the end on the floor, screaming, shouting, and that's when they rushed me from the actual waiting room in emergency to the back area where the beds are, and I got seen to pretty much straight away. So I don't really remember too much, and that's because I was in so much pain. There was a lot going on. I do know the doctor asked me some basic questions. I did the usual tests, blood test, x-ray, and they determined pretty quickly that I had pancreatitis, and I guess that was maybe because of the blood test, but also what I was reporting in regards to the pain that I was feeling in the region. So they didn't waste any time. They inserted the needle in the arm, in the vein, the IV, and to start with, they gave me some painkillers direct into the bloodstream to try and settle me down. So I can't remember what the painkillers were. They usually give tramadol, which for those that have had it will know that it's a waste of time. Doesn't really have it doesn't take the pain away. Let's just put it that way. So after that, they gave me antibiotics. What they were, what strength they were, I don't know. I can't remember. But what they did do was they fixed my issue. I was in hospital for about 5 days, and same as when I had the pneumonia, I don't really remember much about the first couple of days, but the subsequent days thereafter, day 3, 4, and in particular 5, I started to feel a lot better. And I remember when the the doctor came in to talk to me when I was a bit more coherent. That was probably the 3rd or 4th day, to see how I was tracking. And I did ask him the question, once he finished his little speech, what brought this on, this pancreatitis? And he made the assessment that it was due to my lifestyle, because prior to making that decision, he asked me, do I drink? Yes. Do you smoke? Yes. I can't remember if there was food related questions, like nutritional foods, etc. But he made the assessment, as I said, shortly thereafter, that your excessive lifestyle caused this. But then my comeback to that was, I've got friends that have the same type of lifestyle, if not more excessive, and they've never had this. So why me? And as he said, that our bodies are all made up differently internally. So smoking might affect one person, and the next person that smokes just as heavily, it doesn't affect. Same with drinking. Some people suffer from drinking related illnesses, whereas some don't. We're all made up differently, as he said. Some can handle it, some bodies can't. Obviously mine falls into the latter. It couldn't handle it after years and years of abuse, effectively. So I checked out after 5 days. I sort of made this mental note that I'm going to use this as an opportunity to make some adjustments in my lifestyle. It's like New Year's resolutions. You say this to yourself, and then the following day you go back to your old wicked ways. And that, unfortunately, was probably the case for me as well. This is the second, sorry, that was the first time I had pancreatitis, but I've had it twice. The second time I had it was when I came back to Australia to seek treatment for my cancer. I hadn't been in the hospital for too long, and fortunately I was in hospital when I did get pancreatitis for the second time, because the second time around was absolutely brutal. The pain, yet again, 10 out of 10, relentless. I do remember approximately the time that it all started. It was about 9 p.m. They sent in 2 or 3 different pain management crews. I passed out at around 3 a.m. and that was due to the volume of morphine that they gave me to try and numb the pain. I was screaming, shouting, swearing. I was not in the bed. I was crawling on the ground. I was begging the last pain management team doctor to end my life. Please give me paperwork. I was saying, I'll sign it, just end my life. I cannot go through this anymore. He just said, we can't do this. We can't do that. Sorry, buddy, we can't do that. And I was, it got to a stage where I just couldn't take it anymore. And then in the end, I passed out. I wake up on what I thought was an operating table, and the doctor said we had to install a stent inside you, where they put some tubes down your throat, one with a camera, one with, I guess, pincers to navigate. That was because I had so much pressure on certain organs within, I guess, my stomach, chest region, near that bile duct area. So the other part of that was, which I can laugh about now, I thought there was something not right below the belt, and I found out they installed a catheter inside my penis. And I can tell you one thing about those. Look, they're not much fun to carry around if you want to get up and about, but the worst part is taking them out. You can't feel them going in, or I was under anaesthetic, but taking them out, wow, that's painful. And the nurse didn't get it the first go, so I had to go through that twice. But that's my story on pancreatitis. And I guess if you're going to take anything out of this, or the moral of the story, as they say, is maybe do things in moderation. Don't go flat out every night, because there's always tomorrow. And if you do go flat out every night, you never know, you might not see tomorrow. But like I said, everyone's different, so I'm not here to preach. Of course, enjoy yourself, go out, have fun with your friends. Life's short, I can tell you that from my experience. But yeah, if you can, just make some slight readjustments, which I should have done myself. So as I said, I'm not one to preach, but some nutrition in your life is good. And I've got to take every day these because of my pancreatitis, to try and prevent it from recurring. These nice little, I don't know if you can see that, capsule. We've got to take them for indefinitely, I believe. So yeah, so that's my story on pancreatitis. Got any questions for those that want open and honest answers? Just send me a message on the channel. So I'll not sugarcoat anything. If I can remember, I'll tell you my experiences a little bit more to answer your questions. Like I said, I'm going to post more of these. So this is the second one. The next one should be July, August events. There was a lot of events happened during that time frame with myself in regards to more things that led to ultimately the diagnosis of cancer. So tune in. Like I said, give me a couple of days and I'll put something together. So for those that follow me, they'll get the alerts. For those that don't, just check in a couple of days. So thank you again for listening. This one's a little bit longer than the previous one, so sorry about that. It's Friday here, so have a good day. And for those in Australia, have a good weekend. All right, take care and Sorry for having that in. I'll see you again in a couple of days. See you later. Bye.